Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Not sure where you are. Back at the house. It's been a couple of weeks since we shot a video, so we thought it would be good to kind of catch up and see what's been going on here. We have a lot done. The roof has been dried in, as you could tell from the drone footage. The HVAC, all the vents, the air blower, it's all in, it looks like, or at least most of it in. The wiring, I think, is virtually complete, although the panels are in, but I don't believe the breakers or anything are in yet. I know the garage down there, the RV garage, they were supposed to put a sub panel down there. That's not in yet. And I believe there's an electrical inspection on Tuesday. It is now Sunday, so they have to get some stuff done tomorrow, which I'm sure they will. I'm not sure if it's all going to be done for the inspection or just a portion of it, but you can tell there's been a lot of work done. Plumbing looks like it's finished. The gas lines have been run. Trying to think. Drywall's in. 5/8" drywall, 12-foot sheets. That's good. Get the roof dried in now. We can put drywall. They're hoping to drywall within the next couple of weeks. I don't know if they're going to make it, but that's the goal. You can see up here, they got the vent fans in. All kind of stuff done there. Look over here, we have the dining room area. One of the things we're going to do that we just made a decision on this week is a supplier had a whole boatload of like a whitewashed oak. I forget the color of it, but we're going to put that on the ceiling in the dining room here. We got a really good price on it because he had purchased it for another home and the people decided not to use it. So he was just looking to unload it, and he gave us a price that was crazy good. So Marcia was all excited to get that. Speaking of Marcia, say hi.
Hello. Here we are. It looks a little cluttered this morning, but last night was the first monsoon rain that we've had. And I sat there on the couch at home thinking, boy, I hope they have that roof dried in, because we had seen the delivery for the drywall this past week. So in my mind, of course, you're thinking, gosh, I hope they got that dried in. I hope it doesn't blow in from the window openings or door openings, the water, and affect the drywall. So I think that's one of the parts of building that I didn't expect as much as and maybe it's just me, but there's a little bit of anxiety as far as what could go wrong. And I'll give you an example. This isn't a wrong. This is just an example of things that I was not aware of. When you look at a plan that's been drawn up, I don't look at little details like exactly where the washer is going to be and the dryer. You just see the two, washer and dryer, there. And so if you'll come with me into the laundry room, I don't know that you'll be able to, oh yeah, I think you can shoot over this drywall. We have a sink that will go right here in this corner. And then in my mind, I thought, we'll wash out, things that need to be washed out, put it in the washing machine, put it in the dryer, and then I've got a folding table here. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't think that's correct. That looks like a dryer vent. This looks like the washing machine, and that's the way that it is. So we're hoping that we'll just have supply lines long enough and we'll be able to flip-flop those. But it's just little things like that Bill and I, one of the reasons that we come and kind of look around on a Sunday or a Saturday when people aren't working is to see are there any
mistakes.
Yeah, are there any things that kind of stand out to us? We found a few things, and it's going to happen. There's so many different contractors that are working and so many different moving parts, and things get put in the gas lines got put in this last week. And so today we're looking to see, are those in the correct place? So there's just a lot of things that are constantly happening and moving when we're away. And I just lost my train of thought.
Now, let me look at what you're thinking. Let me look at here. I want to see what's going on with these panels. Oh, they got the main breakers in.
Oh, good.
You have a bunch of wiring in here. Looks like they're ready for the breakers. Probably tomorrow, I guess, because the inspection is supposed to be Tuesday. They had to split. We have a 600 amp service in here, and there's been so many outlets and lights and various things that they've had to put 2 panels in here. And actually, there's going to be a 3rd panel down in the RV garage. It's going to be a 100 amp sub panel. So it looks like they're getting close to having that done. This, you'll see this post here. This it looks like a just an aluminum post going up through the roof. That's the prep for solar. We asked them to prep the house for solar. Our builder does that by default on all of his homes. But we are probably going to put solar panels at some point on the roof. So now we can just run the wiring right down through that pipe right next to the breaker box. And that way they can just tap it right in. And we won't have to go running, cutting any walls, any drywall or anything. It'll be much easier for the solar installers. And over here, there's I'll point out something else that you have to think about all this stuff up front. We had them run a 240 volt, 50 amp service that's right here in the back of the garage, because that's going to be for an EV charger. Because we suspect that we will, in the next few years, have an EV. So I'll be able to put a charger right on the wall there. We'll be able to charge either all 3 sides of this garage if we choose to, because the cable will be long enough to reach. So we'll be able to have set up for EV charging, which is a good thing given where we are these days. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Oh, another thing I wanted to point out while we're talking here. The framing contractor that we used, everybody says he's the best in Vegas. I kind of agree with him. He's been awesome to work with. He comes back after 3 or 4 weeks of framing. He sends in a few guys, and they look at all the studs. The ones that have bowed, they'll either plane them off or they'll put shims in and stuff to square them up. And they basically make sure all the walls are squared up and there's no bowing or anything after they've set for a while. That way your walls are nice and straight and your drywall should finish nice and clean. Seams should be tight. That's kind of a thing you don't get from a lot of people. So he's well worth the money we paid, that's for sure. So let me go back in here, see what's going on with Marcia in the kitchen and great room.
I just want to bring my broom and really clean.
Hey, Tracy probably love it.
I'm sure he would.
Hey, I think he said somebody was coming in this week to clean, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Sweep up and pick up garbage and stuff.
So,
you know why? Because they're getting ready to start drywalling soon, I think. That's why.
And that, I think, when they get the drywall up, I think it will help me, because now I'm sitting there thinking at night where furniture is going to go. And I'm looking at the electrical outlets that are in the floor, and I'm thinking, gosh, because we were asked, where do you want these? And so I'm like, I hope these are in the correct place for our furniture. So, I mean, it's kind of like putting a puzzle together, and you don't really have like a picture on the box. You're trying to figure out, does this piece go here or does it not? So yeah, it's a puzzle right now, but it's a really beautiful view on this puzzle. And I think that's the thing that we're most excited about. So I'm looking forward to drywall.
Yep, looking forward to getting this patio in. We'll be able to, when it's nice and cool in the spring and the fall and even the winter, be able to sit out here. It'll be beautiful. Let's see what else we have to talk about today. On one of our videos coming up, once we get going with drywall and there's not really much more to show for a while, I want to talk about budgeting. Budgeting for a place like this has been a challenge. And for anybody who's ever built I'll call it a pure custom, where there's no plan that was started out with no purchase of a plan or anything, you start from scratch. Budgeting a project like this is a challenge, and we will discuss that in more detail. But needless to say, that's my job in this whole process, was to manage the money aspect, and it has been a challenge.
And my job in this process has been to...
Oops, there you are.
Hi.
It's dark. I got to come over here.
Oh, because of the light
because of the
behind
light out
me.
back here. No, I'll just come over here.
Okay. My job in this process, although I do go to Bill and ask him, what's your opinion on this? Most of the time he's open to that. Sometimes he's like, I don't care, do whatever you want to do. So when we bought the lot, I've always known that I wanted to invite the outdoors in, meaning I didn't want to choose colors that were going to fight with the beauty of the colors that we already have. The natural look of the mountains, the natural look of the desert landscaping and the water, the blues of the sky. So I elected to go with neutrals everywhere in the house. I mean, literally everywhere. Countertops, flooring, granite on the fireplace. Because I feel like I like change. And so if I want to change with the season, I want to put some reds in, blues in, whatever. I can do that with pillows. I can do that with artwork. That kind of thing can be changed very easily. And I would like to do a video in future about the choices that I made, why I made them, and how I try to choose a dominant color on finish that I put in each room, but not too much of it, so that there provides a feeling of homogeneity and consistency throughout the house. So I look forward to doing a video on that. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, Marcia always says that she's always on the video and I'm not, so she told me to turn it around. She wanted to see my ugly face on the video, so here we are. Anyhow, hope you guys are enjoying these little snippets as the progress goes forward. And I don't think there's anything else we want to cover today. We'll shoot again in a week or two. Hopefully by then, I think the windows may be coming in. I think they're doing on the 23rd of July. And they'll probably get those in by early August. And I think the drywall is going to start around then. So there's be a lot of activity where things start looking a little bit more finished over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. Anyhow, thanks a lot for following along. And
Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
All right.